Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. I hope you and your family members are doing good because that is the most important thing, and for rest we are here to talk. So we were following our pattern wise DSA sheet and we were doing stacks topic. Following the second last pattern, which is stack plus greedy, we'll do the next question, which is minimum remove to make valid parenthesis. So let's read the problem statement. If you are following my pattern wise playlist, then obviously the similar problem we did in previous videos also. But the only thing was, instead of minimum remove, the problem said minimum add to make valid parenthesis, and we have to return the count of such brackets. But here we have to return the string as an output. So the question says ki you will be given the string along with the brackets, and you have to remove all such brackets which actually makes the string invalid. And after removing, how the string will look like, you have to return. So as you can see, there can be two outputs. So anything you will return is valid. Let's see the constraint. Constraint says the length can go till 10 power 5. Means if you are thinking for any brute force approach like n square, obviously it will become 10 power 10 and that will give us TLE. Why this? Because if you are following our playlist, in every video we talk about ki beyond 10 power 8, it might not save, and beyond 10 power 9 for sure our code will give us TLE. So hence 10 power 10 means for sure, and we need to optimize it. But let's see first what the question says. As you can see the string here. So as a new programmer also, if you see this, what do you think? Don't you think you have nothing to do with the characters for sure? Means characters though are valid. In the input also and output also, if you will match, every characters are as it is. Means we have to play with this brackets only. Means I am sure when I start iterating with the help of index, if that is a character, I won't do anything, and if that is a bracket, then I need to think. But what if this is like, there can be two possibility, either open or close. If it is open, so don't you think I need to save somewhere? Let's say open, okay, and now when I'll find a closing bracket, I will go there, check in the stored location ki hey, did I save the open previously? Because now I have found a closing bracket, and if it is so, means this open and close brackets are at its correct location and they are valid, and hence these brackets needs to be added in our output string. I can say so. Okay, we got something though. What we got? I'll start iterating from here. Let's say I, okay, and if this is a character, I won't do anything, and if this is an open bracket, I will save somewhere. Let's say stack. Why? Because see, again when I will find a closing bracket, now I have to go back and check. But obviously in this string, we already have characters also and brackets also. So it does not make sense to compare with characters, right? Or else what you will do, you will start your J pointer from here. Suppose you are standing at this closing bracket. So you will start your J pointer from here. You will check, hey, are you open bracket? No. Go back. Hey, are you open bracket? Yes. Means until no brackets found, open brackets found, you'll keep on going out like back, na? Correct? So hence that will add extra of n time complexity. So it's always better to separate all the open brackets in some other data structure. Okay, obviously extra space complexity we have to take, but still we are on a mission to save our time complexities. Okay, so now what we'll do, we can save what? Bracket also and the index also. Yeah, both works. Suppose we saved a bracket. Now, like once we hit this, we have saved. Again, once we hit this, we have saved. Okay. Now, where are we? Come on, where are we? Can I say I'm at this closing bracket? So what I have to do? I'll go in this data structure. Let's call it a stack. Why? Because whenever we make, we have to go back and make a call to check if anything greater, smaller, matching, not matching, we opt for stack data structure. Correct? Because it reduces our time complexity from extra O of n into constant O of 1. Correct? So now what we'll do now, in the stack we'll check ki, hey, do I have any elements here? Why any element works? Because in the stack we will only save open brackets. So if there is any element, we can say ki, hey, this closing bracket is valid, because we already found an open bracket for it. So this is valid. So in our answer now, we will add this. Means whenever we encountered any character in our answer, we will add L, E, E, done. This also should we add? Let's think. Okay, T, this, C, yes, closing bracket. Now for closing bracket, I'll check, hey, did we had what? extra open bracket? Yes, I had. So means this closing bracket is valid and I will put. Now I'll find, oh, I'll put. Now again this closing, should we put or not? For this, see, for the previous closing bracket you found, so it is very important to delete. Otherwise it might happen that we had only 2 open brackets and we might find multiple closing brackets. So all closing brackets are not valid for this, right? Means only 2 closing brackets we can match 2 open brackets. I hope it is clear. So when we found this closing bracket, we have to pop the upper one. And now when we found this closing bracket, we have to pop the upper one. Okay. So means if we have something in the stack, for sure this closing bracket is valid, I will add it. Now D, obviously we'll add it. E, obviously we will add it. And now what about this? This is closing bracket. So again, for the closing bracket, it is very important that we should have something in the stack. But for this closing bracket, we have nothing. So means this one is not valid one. So we'll not add it. And at the end, we will what? We will save it. Okay. But the question is it valid? Yes, in this case, so it is. But again, let me give you one test case. L, E, E, 1, 2, 3, 4, T and 1. Again. So for this, you would have made L, E, E, open, 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 T and then this closing. Why? Because for this closing, we already have the open. Okay. But do you think this one is valid? I don't think so, because we have extra open brackets. See, the stack can help us to remove extra closing brackets. Yes, but not extra open brackets. Correct? So for extra open brackets now, what we'll do? See, in the stack, what we saved? Brackets 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. So for one closing bracket, we would have removed it. So don't you think once we are done iterating with this string, number of open brackets we have 3, means these are extra open brackets for which I have not found a closing bracket. So means this is also invalid, right? So in short, we have to remove these characters, which is brackets, from our string. But how can we get to know that we have to remove these brackets until or unless we know the index for it? Can I say this? So it means instead of saving brackets, it will be better option to save the indexes. Means 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So indexes were 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 so we would have popped because we found closing bracket at 8th location. But these index will help us to go and remove those ones. Correct? Now again there are 2 ways. See, if you will delete now, definitely whatever characters are ahead, that will shift it towards new position and that will further take O of n time complexity. So it's always better, instead of removing it, let's mark it with some another sign. Okay, because see, the question says now you will be have lowercase or brackets, open, close. So we can do one thing, we can mark this with numbers also or with some other symbols. So let's mark it with hashtag. Okay, so we will iterate in this stack, we'll go here and whatever index we have now, we'll simply in the string which we took, we'll go at that index and we will mark. Correct? And now to return the final answer as a result, we will only include those characters which are not hashtag. Am I clear? So that will save our extra time complexity also. So can we write the code for this? But before that, was this a noob coder thinking? I don't think so. Why? Because see, if someone is very beginner, then they can think of, let's remove this and let's check the rest over string if this is valid or not. Again, let's remove this and let's check if this is valid or not. And if we found yes, after removing this bracket, I found it is valid, so we can return that. But the question is it like after one removal the whole string becomes valid? In this case, so it is. But see in this example, if you will remove this, is it valid? No. If you will remove this, is it valid? No. If you remove this, no. If you remove this, no. Now next time, let's try to remove two brackets. Remove this, no. Remove this second one, third one, no. Third one, fourth one, no. Are you getting my point? Fourth one, fifth one, yes. So you have to try all possible combinations, yes. So means this time complexity, which is not valid. So hence, if you are thinking this way, don't think for this approach, because you have to take, like you have multiple choices. See, the question does not guarantee how many brackets you have to remove, right? So there can be multiple such options you have to try on with. and whatever is valid, that we will return. So sometimes the brute force approach can be so worst also. Now if you're thinking ki, like after removal, how can we check if this is valid or not? See, this valid parenthesis question we already solved in our previous videos. I'll add the link somewhere here. You can go and check that out. Okay, I'm considering you already know that part ki how to check a given string have valid parenthesis or not. Then after removing every character, like first one characters, then second time two parentheses, third time three parentheses, we will check all combinations and whatever return true, that we will return. Okay, that is the lame approach, you know, very brute force. But if you will try to submit this, that will definitely give you daily because of the time constraint 2 power n. Okay, but this approach which we used using the stack data structure, this is far better approach, so we can write the code for this. Yes, so I have already written the code for you guys to save our time basically. So first we'll make a stack, correct, to save only the open parenthesis. Okay, here we will only save the open parenthesis. Now we'll make a character array. Why? Because here we will actually save all the characters I want to save, you know. Now we'll run this for loop and one by one we'll check if that particular character is a open bracket, we will add in the stack. Now if it is a closing bracket, so we have to check ki if we have something in the open bracket, means if it is not empty, means for sure I have a valid pair. So for this we will remove the open bracket saying this is valid. Okay, let's remove it. Now if our stack is empty, means we found a closing bracket and we have nothing in the stack, means we have no such open bracket, means for sure this is not valid. And when it is not valid and when we don't want to take this in future, definitely we will mark with some sign, and I have chosen a hashtag sign. Okay, so I'll mark it. Once done, which is definitely that will take O of n time complexity, I am done with. Let me show you how that will look like. Okay, so if you are choosing for this, we will have L, E, E, open bracket, T, open bracket, C, closing bracket, O, closing bracket, D, E, and hashtag. See, why? Because for these two closing brackets, now we have considered open brackets. Now for the last one, we are not left over with any such open brackets, so hence we will mark this with hashtag, correct? And now what we will do now, see, now though we can say ki yes, it is valid, but what if we would have extra open brackets, let's say. So definitely we don't want to take this, can I say? So again we have to run the for loop from the stack, and whatever index we are left over with, at that index we have to mark hashtag. Okay, and at the end we will read only those characters from the array which are not hash. Okay, and we'll change it into string and that will return. Very simple. So see here, until the stack is empty, from the array, like from the stack we'll pop the indexes, and at that index of array we'll mark hash. Now finally we want to return our answer. So we will run the character, like run the for loop in the character array. One by one we will read the character. If it is not hash, then we will add in the answer, and at the end we'll convert this and we'll return this. Talking about the time complexity, definitely we are taking O of n here, correct? And in the worst case, suppose in the string we have only open brackets. So for sure we are going to run this for loop O of n. Again for sure we will pop everything from the stack O of n, correct? Means 2n means linear only. And again O of n, I can say we are running here until it is like, if it is not hash. See, if it is not hash, we will not add anything in the string. But for sure we are going to run this, you know, as you can see here, array. Obviously O of 2n, and now if we will like end up adding everything in this, definitely our character array will be empty. So on an average, we can consider ki O of n plus O of n. Okay, so means linear only, the time complexity is linear, but the space complexity here is we are using an extra stack data structure, a character array, and at the end a string builder, correct? So again the space complexity is also linear, but it's so much, right? Extra space complexity. Can we think of optimizing it? But before that, let's try to run the code and let's submit this. So as you can see, it has been submitted, and this was your Java code. Here is your Python code with a similar approach if you are from Python background, and here is your C++ code if you are from C++ background. Now the thing was, what? We are using extra space complexity, right? If it's only about bracket, why it is necessary to take a stack to store our parentheses? Like the similar questions on parentheses we already solved before, and there to do the space optimization, instead of taking stack, we have, you know, taken variables to count it, means increased when found open bracket and decreased when found a closing bracket. Something like that. So if you're following the playlist pattern wise, definitely you can come up with this approach on your own. Yes. And if you're not following that, definitely it might sound you another new approach I'm talking about, but this will reduce the space complexity. But what's the idea of using the count variables instead of stack? See, for that I want to take a different example. Let's say open lead. So this is our string. Definitely this is not valid. Can I say? Yes. So what I'll do now, instead of storing the open brackets in some stack, I will take a variable, let's say open, okay, and I will increase it by +1 if I found open bracket, correct? And when I found a closing bracket, I will check if my open is positive or not. If it is positive, means I can say I have open brackets left over. So then I will decrease the closing bracket and I will add in my string. But in this case, first what we found, a closing bracket. For this, our open variable is 0. What's the value? 0. Means I can say I have not found any such open bracket. For sure, this one is not valid. Correct? So if it is not valid, I will not add in my string. Means I'm saying here is my answer variable. I will not store this. Why? I'll check if it is a closing bracket, and if my open variable is not positive, means I have no such open bracket, I will not add in my answer. So I will not add it. Now I'll move further. Okay, this is open bracket. I will add. Open bracket, I will add. Open bracket, I will add. So 3 times I will add. Now I'm at lead. L-E-E. Okay, so definitely I want to add all the characters for sure. Again, open, I will add, and now I am at close. And at this time, the open value is 4. Why? Because I have found 4 such open brackets. Can I say? Again, I have found C, that I will add. Now, when I will be at closing bracket, I have 4 open. I am at closing. I'll check, hey, do I have extra open brackets? I'll say, yes, I have. Means for sure this one is valid. So I will add it. Again, reduce to 3. Again, I am at closing bracket. What is the value of open? 3. Means I have extra open bracket. Means again, this one is valid. Can I say? So I'll add it. I will reduce the count to 2. Can I say? So I can say ki yes, all the closing brackets which we have are the necessary ones. I cannot delete this because the question says to give the minimum deletion count. If we will delete, that will be like extra deletions, right? So hence we have deleted everything, but in this case only this was extra, okay, which was making this invalid. But can we say this is the correct answer? No. Why? Because we have extra opens here. Can we directly go and delete? No, we don't know from which location we have to delete, correct? Here, so we can delete anything. But in some cases, we might not be sure, right? So what we have to do, like how we iterated from here left to right and we deleted extra or invalid closing brackets. Yes, you are thinking in the right direction. Now we'll start running from right to left and we will delete extra open bracket, like how we did from left to right iteration. Do you got it? So now instead, like when we'll run from right to left, instead of open variable, whenever we will find the closing variable, like closed brackets, we will increase the closed variable, let's say 2. Once we found open, we have close positive, decrease, this is valid, again valid. Again, we found open, this is extra 1, which is positive, means we already have closing bracket for it, which is valid, we'll make it 0. Now we'll be at this open bracket, and now our closings are 0, means I can say this is not valid, I will not add. I can say this is not valid, I will not add. So at the end, I will left over with this Li, C and this I will return as a final answer. So basically, I will iterate from left to right to delete unnecessary extra closing brackets and from right to left to delete unnecessary extra open brackets. So in 2 iterations, which is O of 2n, we are done with the approach. And talking about the space complexity, we will only take extra string builder to save our answer and that's it. Apart from this, no stack, no nothing, okay? So here basically we have reduced the space complexity. So here is a code for it. First we'll make a string builder, let's say first, and an open variable. We will iterate. Whenever we'll find an open bracket, we will do open plus plus, and obviously this open bracket is going to be valid, so we will add in the string builder. If it is closing bracket and if open is positive, then only we will add that closing bracket saying it is valid and we will decrease the open for it, correct? And otherwise, if it is a character, definitely blindly we will add that. So in the first string builder, we would have removed extra closing brackets. The same we will run again in the answer. So now what we'll do, the first, like earlier, S was our string to remove the extra characters, and now the first will be our next string, okay, to remove extra open brackets. So when we will iterate from right to left na, we will remove from the first and not from S. I hope you get it, okay. Now again the same approach, once we found closing, we will do close plus plus and we will add that and save, and at the end we have to reverse and then we have to convert it into string to return by reverse, because see, we are iterating from right side to left side, and when we are putting in the answer string builder, the right characters we would have inserted at the initial location. So hence, to return the answer we have to reverse it for sure, okay. So now this is the, not optimized, but definitely you can say the little bit space optimized code. So as per the interviewer's expectation, you can give any code which he wants, okay. But for you guys, it's very important, and definitely we have already learned about this, variables playing with the approach, stack approach, wherever we have to match the parenthesis. So I hope you would have remembered that, and definitely from the next time, whenever this type of question comes, you can think of using the variables instead of taking the stack data structure, okay. So this was your approach, and I hope you have understood the brute force, the optimized and the space optimized code. Let's go in the sheet and let's mark the next question as done. So I hope you will also submit this code on your own, write and dry run on your copy. If yes, then definitely you can mark this question as done. Until now, we are done with the 80 problems. I hope you are also continuing this sheet. You can get the sheet links from the description if you have visited our channel for the very first time, and definitely go and check out our playlist. We have already completed array, binary search, strings, and we are continuing the stack data structure now. And if in case you guys need guidance, then definitely you can reach out to me. I am very active on Instagram, LinkedIn and Twitter. You can reach out to me through the links which I have added in the description below. And that's it for this video. If you understood, please do hit the like button and please do subscribe if not yet subscribed, and you can even recommend this channel to your friends also. And that's it for this video. Let's meet in another video with some more interesting topics and questions. Till then, keep learning, take care of yourself and your family.